My name is Anastasia Peterson, and I chose to focus on a scientific case study that was written in 2008 and published by Alex and David Bennett in the Journal of Information and Knowledge Management Systems. And their article is called The Human Knowledge System, Music and Brain Coherence. So, this is a really important topic because it's telling how music can actually help us learn better and use our whole brains more efficiently. And it's also talking about how our brains are actually specialized for listening to music, which is pretty cool. And then also it talks about musicians' brains and how they differ from non-musician brains. And these are professional musicians who are being exposed to music on a regular basis, not only listening to it, but also creating and playing music on a regular basis. So, the particular hypotheses that are discussed in this article, there were three main ones. First, that music keeps brain active and creates and preserves neural connections. Second, that certain types of music increase alertness and concentration. And also that some music activates and synchronizes both the left and right hemispheres of the brain, improving learning through whole brain utilization. So, needless to say, I was really interested in this topic and excited to learn more about it. And so, some of the data that was discussed in the article was, in particular, a qualitative study done by a French ear, nose, and throat doctor named Alfred A. Tomatis. And his studies led him to believe that sound can charge or relax the brain and actually impact our posture, our attitude, and even our muscle tone. Also, there was a qualitative study done that showed that music is a superiorly efficient carrier of information to the brain to commit it to long-term memory. And that's why a lot of times when we're trying to remember things or learn things for the first time, it is helpful for us to put them into a song, such as when we're really young and we're first learning our ABCs. Another important quantitative study that was done in 1993 by Rusher, Shaw, and Kai was published in a paper called The Mozart Effect. And essentially, the study took 36 college students, broke them out into three different groups, and the group who was tested while listening to a Mozart piano sonata ended up having the highest test results. And so, throughout the article, after reading it, I did determine that the data confirmed these hypotheses. Certain areas of the brain were shown to recall and retain information better when the right music was being listened to, and with regular exposure to music, particularly also learning how to play an instrument. Sound does stimulate mood and brain performance. I see that even within my own personal experiences. And playing instruments enhance connections of the brain and allow us to utilize our whole brain. So we are learning better from listening to music and playing music, and it is confirmed by inductive reasoning. So a little bit about the Klein-Duhem thesis. One of the aspects that I chose to focus on was the tribunal of beliefs. And what that means is when we're taking a look at a hypothesis and trying to decide if it has confirmed or disconfirmed what we're looking at with that hypothesis, one of the things we need to think about are also auxiliary hypotheses. So when we do an experiment, we're testing the main hypotheses, but we also need to make sure that the auxiliary hypotheses are also satisfied. And so that's where we put our hypotheses up against that tribunal of beliefs, and it's not tested by itself, but actually as a whole against other variables involved. And, those auxiliary hypotheses do make it difficult to rule out other variables. So another aspect or component of the Quine-Duhem thesis that I focused on was the crucial experiment. And, if we could do a crucial experiment to decide that one theory between two theories and one was correct and one was not correct, I think the Mozart effect experiments and any experiments that were going up against those at that time would be our crucial experiment. But since we cannot have a crucial experiment to actually, decide which theory is correct and which isn't, The main reason we can't do this is because we do these studies in groups, and it's hard to differentiate between what hypotheses are being confirmed, our main hypotheses or our auxiliary hypotheses. Thank you.